This is Genie365 and I'm coming at you with another LMMS tutorial. This time we're going to be making a trap beat. Alright, to start it off, I'm going to go over to the left side of the screen and click My Computer, which is kind of like a file explorer for finding samples throughout your computer that aren't placed with your other samples. And in this case, mine are with my FL Studio, because that's usually what I use to make beats now. So it's in there. So I'm just going to travel over to the packs, and it's a Mocha Jones perp kit. Go to one shots, bass, and I'm going to use this 808 right here. And in order to find what pitch it's at in LMMS, you're going to want to add a G tune. Now I'm adding it to the master because I want to find the pitch it's at like without using the piano roll. So I'm just going to play the sample over here by clicking it through the master, and it appears that the sample's default value is C. So I'm going to go ahead and open that. Okay, now that the sample is open, I'm going to have to go in here, and on the piano at the bottom of the sample screen, I'm going to want to change this to C, and then you can play whatever note you want on it and it'll play the right note. That's basically all you have to do there. To the rest of my drums, need some drums, some percussion. I'm going to start out with a nice clap. That is not a nice clap, that is a terrible clap. I like that one. This hi-hat sounds good to me. I'll go ahead and use that kick. Alright. Time to start making a beat. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the melody, actually, now that I found my drum kit. So in order to do that, I'm going to open up Vestige, which allows you to open VSTs that are not in LMMS, not default included in LMMS. So I don't know what VST I'll open with that yet, but I'll probably open like piano or something. Alright, I found my VST plugin. After searching the internet for a while, I found it for free. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to check it out. Now I'm going for kind of a dark trap vibe, so I'm going to try and reflect this in the melody. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use something like a C sharp minor scale. And then I'm going to play some arpeggios. And then at the last note of the first chord, I'm going to have a half step to make it sound darker and more tense. And then I'm going to have it go to the next chord I want it to play, which is going to be G minor. But in order to keep the melody in one octave, which it sounds better to listeners' ears, I'm going to have to take the top two notes of the G minor chord and move them down. So that's B. I probably could keep the B there. We'll see how that sounds first, and then it's D sharp. And then from D sharp, we're going to go up and hit E, another half step. And then since there's kind of some trail and reverb with this VST that I'm using, I'm going to go ahead and select this second chord and move it over so it'll kind of quiet down, and then that chord will play too, and it'll give it a darker effect too because of the pausing. It'll make it more tense as well. And now I'm going to go ahead and finish up this scale. The chords, well, the chords in the scale, I'm gonna go ahead and use some more chords from the scale and make this pattern longer. I'm gonna use F minor and then D sharp diminished minor. So F minor will be first, and then D sharp diminished minor. And the diminished chords always sound pretty dark. That's one of the things about them, is they're not a minor chord. They're smaller than a minor chord, and the closer you get together with notes, the darker it's going to sound. So I'm going to have this one last to leave the listeners feeling that tenseness and darkness that I'm trying to capture with this song. At the end here, I'm gonna add a ghost note because I need the break here to let the noise simmer down. And then of course, something you always want to do to your melodies that can make them a lot more interesting is change the velocity. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. I'm just simply having mine get louder as the arpeggio plays. Nothing really too complicated. And then I can take this G tune off. You can do that after you get your 808 tuned. I don't know why I didn't yet. So that's going to be my bass melody for the song. And now that I have that, I'm going to go ahead and link it. I'm going to link every single thing I have so far to mixer tracks. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. My melody is track 1. .808 will be track 2. Clap track 3. Hats 4. I have 2 hats open, my bad. I'll probably just use both of them, honestly. So I'll put the second hats in track 5. Then the kick in track 6. Alright, now it's time to start on the beat. First thing I'm going to do is put the beat in here with the instrument so I can hear them together. And I'm going to have the beat be 4 bars. Now I'm going to start with my 808 pattern and match it to the arpeggios. I'm going to play only notes on the chords that I played with the melody. The first thing I'm going to do though is go to envelope and turn the modulation amount all the way up, because I want this to stop playing when I have the note in the piano roll stop. So in order to do this, I'm going to turn the decay all the way down, the sustain all the way down, the release all the way down, the attack all the way down, the delay all the way down, and I'm going to turn the hold all the way up. And then what I'm also going to want to do to the 808 is, it's a low instrument, so I'm going to go ahead and add a low pass, and I'm going to cut off all of the frequencies above 1000 hertz. And it should sound about the same. Okay. Now we can make the 808 pattern. Okay. And have it start at C sharp, because that's the note our first chord started on. And I'm just going to lay down a bass rhythm that follows all the chord starting notes to begin with. So let me go ahead and do that. Alright, now that I got the bass beat laid out for the 808, I'm gonna want to go ahead and edit some of the pitches in there. But I think I'll leave that to the next video. So in this video we got the melody done and the bass 808 pattern. So in the next video we'll finish up the drum pattern, and then I'll probably separate the mixing and mastering into a third video. Thanks for watching. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe.